no, that's really embarrassing. That's so embarrassing. Oh my gosh, that's painful. I actually want to cry for her. Okay, there's so much about that it's just inappropriate. You just can't say that. Hello my loves and welcome to the Salt YouTube channel. My name is Ray. Get yourself a lovely cup of tea and let's react to some funny horror dating stories. Okay, so number one. So it says when she flirts with you for months and then calls you her brother in Christ. I love that. So I have been there. One time I was dating a guy. I liked him. He told me that he liked me. And we were definitely dating and we were a bit of a thing. We were kind of seeing each other. And then we were at Soul Survivor, big up Soul Survivor, who loves Soul Survivor. It's a big Christian festival. This guy comes up to me, asks if he can pray with me. And I said, of course you can pray for me. And he said, Lord Jesus, I just thank you so much for my sister Ray. And immediately I'm just like, no, you did not just call me your sister. No. No, I don't really get that. I don't get that. It doesn't feel appropriate. Okay, let's go to the next one.
It's Dimitri calling again, the guy from the street. I left you a message several days ago. I don't like leaving second messages, but I like you. You're a very elegant woman. You're very attractive, but I don't play that game. So here's how it's going to work. If I do not receive a phone call back from you by 3 o'clock Thursday afternoon, I'm no longer interested. I'm very intelligent. I'm great in bed. I make great money. Believe it or not, I'm a complete catch. Matter of fact, I'm one of the few men in the city that has nothing wrong with him. Now, I understand if you've got other issues. I don't know, maybe you were abused in childhood. Maybe you're just a person who's extremely frightened or has an anxiety disorder. Maybe you're on some medication for that. I don't know. There could be another issue. If you're psychologically normal and you haven't called me because there's been some horrible thing that's happened in your life which prevented you, that's fine. Otherwise...
Okay, there's so much about that it's just inappropriate. I don't even know what to say to that. Is that real? Is that actually real? Okay, this guy's overthinking. He is overthinking things and he doesn't have a filter. Like, that's just not okay. Like, what he said. And that was like a voicemail as well. That was intense. Bless her heart. Ghosting people isn't great. But I think if you get ghosted, don't do that. Don't send a message like that. Okay, this landed in my private messages on my online dating app. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay, so this was the message. Hello, beautiful. I met God today and he told me a beautiful woman was created for me. I asked him who she was and he said, you're the one. Oh no, you just can't say that. You can't say that. So I stopped by to say hello to my missing rib. That's quite funny. How are you doing today? That is, do you know what? I've spoken to many people that have had that experience of having someone come up to you and saying that God said that you're my wife or husband. Personally, I've never experienced that, but I have spoken to quite a few people that have. Do you know what? I heard someone say this once about the prophetic. Don't go there when it comes to mates, dates, and babies. Stay away from those things when it comes to prophecy. I think it's quite off-putting, someone doing that for you, because it makes you feel like you don't have a choice. It kind of makes it weird. Do you know what I mean? It kind of messes with the free will of the situation. We're going to watch a video from one of our Salt YouTubers now. You guys will recognise Gaz. He is one of our YouTubers, one of our TikTokers, and we're going to listen to his awkward dating story. So come on, Gaz, let's get straight into it.
Okay. So I have quite a few dating horror stories that I want to hear them all. I'm willing to share with you, but for the sake of today's video, I will share not one of the worst ones, one of the more manageable ones, because there's some pretty bad ones and I don't really want to out myself out because 90% of the time they're bad because of me and I don't want to embarrass myself on YouTube.
Bless him. Do you know what? We've all been there, innit? We know it is so easy to be awkward on a date. So yeah, don't worry guys, you're not alone there.
This is the most embarrassing one for sure. By far, is the most embarrassing one. So I was in, I don't know, like year 10 or something. I was like 15 or 16 years old. And I remember asking a girl out that I fancied. And I was really like, I thought it'd be really cool. And like, I asked her, like went up to her friend group and I was like, oh, yo, let's call her Denise. I was like, yo, Denise, let me take you out. You free this Saturday? And she was like, yeah, I am. Take me out. In front of all her friends. Embarrassing, right? Already cringy as well.
I mean, fair play, mate. You asked a girl out in front of all of her friends. I'd say that's pretty brave.
So I decided it would be a great idea to take her to the movies because, you know, who doesn't like the movies? A horrible choice on my end of it because not only is it the most awkward thing in the world, sitting next to someone for over an hour, not being able to talk to them when you barely know them.
That is actually a point, isn't it? What do you think about going to the cinema on your first date? Are you up for that or no? It kind of, yeah, I kind of get what Gaz is saying. It's awkward because you can't talk. But I guess it depends who you're on a date with.
But also it's so awkward because I don't drive and I'm 15, 16. So both of our parents had to drop us off and they were like nattering away and I was just...
I can just imagine Gaz and his date just in the back and his mum driving the car and it just being completely silent or something. And I bet his mum is kind of sniggering in the front like, ha ha, they feel so awkward. I know when my son gets to the age when he brings a girl back, I would be tempted to actually create an awkward situation just because of that. No, that's me.
Both of our parents went and had a coffee and did whatever. And then, yeah, we went and watched the film. And then as soon as the film finished, we walked out, barely spoke to each other anymore. And then her mum came, picked her up. And we probably literally said about 5 things to each other the whole time. It was the most awkward and most embarrassing thing ever. And I was like hyping myself up so much, like on the day before. And then when I got back to school, I just like, I mean, we became friends or friendly with each other, but like, what was I thinking?
That is really funny, isn't it? Because it's not like a really bad story, but it's awkward. It's awkward. Let's watch the next video. This clip is from The Bachelor. I think it's a competition, I'm not sure, but I know there's a mansion, there's one bloke, and there's about 20 women, and all of the women date the bloke, and at the end he picks who he wants to be with.
What's a moment in The Bachelor history that you will never forget?
Julia. Sorry.
Julia, that double embarrassing. Also, I can fix that.
Here you go. I'll get it.
Oh my gosh, that's painful. I actually want to cry for her. That's so bad. So first of all, she walks out because she thinks he says her name. I'm guessing that he's picking the girl maybe he wants to go out for a date with or spend more time with that week. And she steps out and it wasn't her, and then she trips over. Oh, bless, that's so embarrassing. And that reminded me of something that happened to me. I have done that before. I mean, obviously not that, but I've tripped over when I was walking to meet a guy that I'd been going out with for a little bit, and I was wearing, you know, those dodgy old Ugg boots that kind of like would slant the more you'd wear them, and it was wet, and I was walking and I did a Bambi on ice, and I skidded back, fell on my back, and literally totally stacked it on the floor, and he like ran over to help me, and he was laughing at me. And it was so embarrassing. It was actually so embarrassing. That just gave me the hibby-jibbies thinking about that. Okay, this is another clip from The Bachelor.
There we go. Okay. That had some speed on it. Woo! Look at that.
Are we drinking from the bottle or from the cup? From glasses?
We can drink from the bottle.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not a classy all the time, so
there we go.
Fine.
All right, show me what you got.
All right, I get.
Oh! Are you okay?
What?
Oh, what the hell? Are you okay? I'm so...
Well,
Oh, no.
I'm over it.
Oh no, that's really embarrassing. That's so embarrassing. Oh, bless her, bless her, bless her. The thing is, he probably wouldn't have even cared that much, but for a woman, that's really embarrassing, isn't it? I remember one time, and this was actually the same person who prayed for me and said that I was their sister in Christ. We were on a walk and he told me something funny and I laughed and burped at the same time. I was like, ha ha, bleh. And it was a big burp and I was so embarrassed. So embarrassed. And oh my goodness, do you know what? There's so many moments that are coming to my mind right now. There's not even enough time. Let's watch Delphine, one of our lovely YouTubers from Salt. She's gonna share one of her dating stories now. So let's watch that.
So my dating horror story is a tale as old as time. I was heartbroken, and in the midst of that emotion and pain, I try to distract myself by going out on dates, which is a terrible idea. Do not do it. Wait until you're healed and then go out. But so it was my first time on an online dating app, and I remember being quite nervous about the whole thing, but I found someone that I recognized from real life. So I was like, oh great, I remember this guy from a few years ago, so I'm going to get in touch with him. So I matched and we agreed to meet up for dinner. And when I turned up, he looked nothing like his photos, and I probably saw him like 4 years prior to this or something. He obviously put very old photos up, so he looked completely different. And I spent the whole date being so startled by the fact that I was like, you do not look like the same person. And it was just such an awkward date. And then I spent the train ride home crying because I was like, I'm never gonna meet anyone else that I love, and this is terrible. And yeah, so it was just a bad experience because I shouldn't have gone on that date. I shouldn't have gone on the dating app at that time, for one thing, and I shouldn't have gone on the date. And also, don't put up pictures that don't look like yourself. You're only gonna like scare the person when you actually meet them in real life, because it's very startling to be like, ooh, you look different. Anyway, so that's my dating horror story.
Bless her heart. Yes. Oh my goodness. Three things, that jumps out is so difficult. If you've been in a relationship, it's so tempting to get back out on the dating field. But when you're still so emotional, still so many things going on, and then going on a date with someone that just doesn't look like their profile, that is just so uncomfortable, isn't it? And why does that happen? It's silly, isn't it? Because you're gonna get found out. You're gonna get found out. It's like the Catfish TV show, isn't it? It's just crazy because you're not gonna get away with it if you just don't look like it. It just makes me want to hug her when she said about on the way home she just got really upset about just will she ever meet someone. And do you know what, that can so be the dating experience sometimes, can't it? Where if you've had a bad date or it just didn't go very well and you just want to give up with dating and you don't really feel like you're ever going to meet someone that you fall in love with. Let's go to the next one. So this was actually one that from the Instagram Christians Who Curse Sometimes. It says this is what it says. Oh Nelly, do I have a dating story for you? I'm better now, but I got dumped out of the blue by my boyfriend last month and he never told me why. Oh, that's horrible. I asked him for days and he kept saying he saw a sign that we can't be okay. Oh dear, okay. You're crazy, but I got over it. Then I found out the real reason. My initials are FFF, and he told one of our mutual friends that FFF is the same as 666, with F being the 6th letter of the alphabet. He felt that if I don't now, someday, I'd have an interaction with the devil because my name attracted it. Oh my goodness, sweetheart. Whoa, that is so bizarre. My goodness. That is very intense. Very intense.
I hate dating
as a Christian. I'm just gonna rant for a quick second because I really need it. I just matched with this really cute boy on a dating app and I was like, okay, yeah, like he says he's a Christian, like everything's gonna be great and dandy. So he sends me a message, I respond. He responds almost immediately. I was like, wow, that's really impressive, you know, but it is 10 o'clock on a Sunday. And we're having this brief little conversation. He tells me that he went to church today. I was like, oh, that's so cool, where'd you go to church? Doesn't respond to my question. So I was like, that's a little weird. And so we're having a little conversation. He's like, so what are you doing tonight? I was like, yeah, I'm just resting up. It was a really busy day. What did you do? Like all this stuff. We're having a nice conversation. He goes, yeah, we should really meet up. I was like, yeah, that would be amazing. Let's do it. He goes, tonight? Sir, it is 10 o'clock on a Sunday. What would we be doing at 10 o'clock on a Sunday? No. I was like, no. And so then he's like, how come? I was like, because it's 10 o'clock on a Sunday. And he's like, yeah, I think we're looking for different things.
Oh, that's a blow, isn't it? That's a blow. And yeah, why on a Christian dating app appeal people wanting to Netflix and chill, if you know what I mean? It's not the right audience, is it? But you know what? We all have our awkward moments and it's not the end of the world. And do you know what? We'll tell them and we'll laugh about them together. And oh my goodness, just rest assured that we all have them. Anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed today's video and let us know if you would like to share any of your awkward dating stories. Maybe we could do this again sometime. But sending you lots of love, peace, mwah, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!